Yeah. I mean, we the champs now, baby.
Yeah,
Best in the West, best in the league. Hey, just end the season now. End it now. We the best. It's simple. 4-1. They're lucky we got one. They lucky they got one. Sorry, we got four. We could have had 10. Could have had 20. We the best. Champs. Easy. Done no. Over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Over. We're the best. All
I
right,
was looking.
now that we have the intro and the clip for the week.
Yeah,
Bay Area, stand up and let's be heard. No more sitting in the shadows. We're known for our winning ways, and not being the best, that just ain't for us. We're loud, we're proud, and we're unapologetic about it. So even when times are looking as dark as the black and blue we wear on our crest, we tell them that Goonies never say die. And when we're done shaking things up on the pitch, there's another shake coming. This is something that's been created by the people, for the people. This is everything and anything San Jose Earthquakes related. This is Aftershock. Vamos, San Jose.
I was looking at the ESPN power rankings or whatever. I got some notification.
Did they come out this week?
What?
Did they come out for this week?
I don't know if it was like I think it was this week, but yeah, the Quakes are like 8th now or something. Yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh, shout out to anyone who got these Clash jerseys. They hot as hell. It was crazy because like everything was just like static shocking me today. Like I'd just be standing and all of a sudden like electrocuted anything I touched.
Yeah, dude, I saw a couple people wearing them at the game. It was
They're clean. Like they're clean. I was wearing like a bucket hat today. It was fire.
It was kind of fun. Yeah.
Shout out to anyone who's watching the new episode today. The reason we're virtually, just shout out the essential workers. That's all I'll say. Shout out essential workers.
Guys trying to infect everyone.
Shout out essential work. I'm not infected. I don't have a.
You don't know.
I don't have it, but just shout out essential workers. That's all I'm gonna say. Like essential work. Essential workers are heroes, and they should be treated as such. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, if they have to take care of you, they should be heroes.
FYI, I don't have it, but this is just we had to take
precautionary.
Yeah, just had to. There was an incident, and we're just being precautionary, but neither of us have it.
Nah, it's just after the last couple of rating reviews.
We couldn't be in the same room without a physical altercation.
I couldn't be in the same room as them. It would have escalated.
Yeah. You also get to see what Jacob's room looks like without all the setup in it.
Oh yeah.
We usually are right back there.
What's that?
Yeah.
So you get a new perspective into the studio.
Yeah, okay. I guess we can just start talking about the game a little bit. Jacob actually went to the game, so I guess I have a couple questions for you. What was the atmosphere like? I mean, it was a packed stadium. I mean, Earthquakes only usually get 20 people showing up, so it was like full capacity.
Yeah, it was like average attendance of a normal game, pretty much. No, I'm kidding. No, I think it was 25% capacity. They had everyone spaced out, but there was definitely more than enough people to have an atmosphere. That every time we had some momentum, you could feel it. The fans were loud. It was a great experience, honestly, after COVID. And it was
but the ultras were like,
they were okay. They were okay. I will say though, the first goal inside 60 seconds or however long, I forget it was, that really sparked the stadium to life. It really helped get things going again.
Probably helped the players as well.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a mood booster, and I think that as more and more fans get brought in, I think we'll just see some of that passion come back, and it really helped. It really helped at certain moments in the game.
Where were you watching? Because I think the one photo you sent me is usually where I watch the games, but I was just curious.
Yeah, so this time we were in so if you're facing the field right from the food trucks, I was in the back right corner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was to the left of the ultras.
Oh, okay.
I was in the corner.
Yeah. Oh, so you got a great view for that goal.
Yeah. It was it was good. There's not really a bad seat in the stadium, right? So
yeah, it's really like I usually hate standing, and like sitting behind a goal in the soccer game is like the worst possible thing. But the way they built Avaya, it is like by far like my favorite place to be.
You mean PayPal Park?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry,
Gosh,
PayPal.
don't ruin our sponsorship, man.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. We're already so down bad with money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
PayPal Park
no,
is
but it
like
was great.
the
And
atmosphere is so great. It feels like you're on the pitch. Like when you see like Tommy making those overlapping runs, it's my favorite thing in the world.
yeah, and this is where I told Saz I had a couple surprises. We got a couple souvenirs from the game actually. So the first one is kind of like obvious, it's not very
Is it
cool.
like the team sheet or whatever they hand out?
No, no, no. It's the victory button.
Oh, okay, okay.
I think I'm backwards or flipped, but it says win number 2 of 2021. So
I have a couple pins from last season on my desk over there.
yeah, but then the cooler one, they gave these out to everyone. Let me pull this out.
I hope this is a Young Worth jersey, dog.
I would have
You
given it
declined offer.
back. Declined. But no, they had a PayPal Park scarf, and then on the back it says
Hey, you know what we add into the set next week?
yeah, it says San Jose Earthquakes on the back with
Oh, that's kind of sick, actually.
it's actually kind of cool,
It
but
looks
yeah,
very like the fabric looks nice.
I mean it's I think it's like the cheap stuff. It's like the
Looks
smoother stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
looks
like
good via Zoom.
yeah, yeah. But no, it was cool and overall it was great. The one thing I'll say though is the tickets were expensive, right? Because it was all resale.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm not a season ticket holder.
Mhm.
So I had to buy it from someone who already had the tickets and it gets pricey, which is
More or
unfortunate.
less than Champions League.
Yeah, no, less this time. I think we paid
Okay.
100 per seat, but
Okay.
still too much, still way too much. I mean, but we discussed this last time, you could go pre-COVID for like $30 or something. So,
Mhm.
but it was good. It was good to get out, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a great game from the start. I mean, DC United is definitely a poor team. like, um,
Yeah, I'll tell you
but
what though.
we played our strengths is like the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah,
thing
I'll
for
tell
me.
you what. Um, I think we definitely suited their team, like the way we matched up. I think
Mhm.
on the counter it really helped us because their defense was slow, noticeably slow, especially that one center back that Cowell paced a few times. But yeah, definitely on the counter attack we looked good. I don't know what other thoughts you have.
I don't know if you were able to see it live during the game, but I noticed it a lot, especially during the second half. And I thought it was something that DC could have abused, but they didn't. Is the man marking we were doing, especially for our left and right backs, that it was like a follow them to the bathroom type of man marking. Like I saw Tommy go all the way from right back to like left striker at one point because he was like following his guy, and I feel like they weren't abusing that.
Yeah, I will say our defense still looked a little bit iffy on the wing backs. I will say though,
I thought Beeson was like,
our two center backs were okay. This is where I am so happy Beeson played. You cannot deny this, had a great game. Don't even act like he didn't.
No, I like Beeson. No, I think I didn't we didn't say during the episode, but he finished like third in the like beep test this year that they do every year.
He's so fit, and he actually
I,
looked composed on the ball too.
no, I liked him last year. It was just like the bed. It was bad. Like it
Yeah,
was like
but yeah, Youngworth just a couple times was a little too
slow.
slow, just unfortunate. But overall, I think we looked okay. The most threatening part for us was basically our outside backs. Like you said, we got caught out so often.
Yeah.
It was
I
terrible.
thought offensively though, Cal was unreal.
Yeah, yeah, I think he definitely got on the ball more.
He
Um,
looked to attack 1v1 every time. Sometimes it was a little too much, but because again, DC was a little weaker.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I mean, I will say this: it was a little hard for me to see because I was on the opposite side of the stadium for the first half, and that's when he really performed. He had a few counterattacks that he got to show his pace, and then obviously his goal where he sprinted past that center back and finished near post.
Mhm,
I was on the other side, so I couldn't really tell too much how he was on the ball. Second half, he didn't get involved as much
mhm.
besides the assist he had. I mean, of course, it's great, but yeah, I mean, from what I could tell, he looked good. Yeah, it was
Set
great.
pieces look better, but I mean, again, Flo lost his mark on the set piece, and then that's how they scored. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
thought JT
JT.
looked better, but and distribution was better. He had one or two really bad ones. Still
Yeah,
not
you
looking like
can't do that. It's unacceptable.
yeah,
Like,
he's not looking as sharp as he can be, but it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, it's just, dude, as a player, and you know this too. If your goalie makes a stupid mistake like that, It's terrible. You can't. He's been getting lucky. He's had that a
Yeah.
couple times this season.
We won't get that in 2 weeks for Seattle.
Yeah, we cannot afford that. So,
But we
but
chill, baby. We the best. We the top of the
I
league.
mean, the sad thing is that we're so excited calling us ourselves champions, and we've won 2 games.
It's the third
You
game
can
of the
relax the
season. It's the third
comparisons.
game of the season, and the Twitter account asking the season to be over. Like, can we just
Dude, the Quakes Twitter, man, they just like start
Hall of Fame Twitter
having
account.
seizures
Hall
whenever
of
we
Fame.
score. Like it's
Um,
so bad.
I guess we can move on. We can go to player ratings.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah,
I'll just edit this. We can just while you pull it up.
I have it. I have it here.
Okay, you good?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, a little behind the scenes. If I keep this in the episode for all of you, aka James, if you're still listening to our episodes and not just sending me text saying, "Oh, good job." Hey, actually, yeah, James, if you listen to the episodes, I want you to send me a text when you're watching this point right here and just say, the letter T, 2 spaces, then the letter N, M, and then a comma.
Hey, don't put pressure on our listeners like
All
that.
right. Anyways,
We don't want to expose ourselves.
yeah. Maybe I'll do it again later in the episode to make sure he's listening. All
All
right.
right.
Anyway, so my player reviews. We know from past episodes, perfect. Completely. So
You know what? I'm just gonna say right off the bat is okay. So the first game we lost, right?
I have a comment about this too. Yeah,
The ratings you gave in that game
we're
are
higher
higher than these.
when so I have a Google spreadsheet of all the players that have played, and I keep their ratings so it makes it easy to find their average. Because if you go to aftershock.club, you can go to our player section and see what their average magnitude is for the season. I like every time I enter new ratings, I look at that first one. I'm like, yo, I kind of see why Jacob was mad. Like these were mad high.
Yeah, we lost.
It's fine. It's fine.
You gave Wando a positive rating for getting sent off. Like,
all right, JT, what do we got for JT?
all right. So JT, you gave him a 7 out of 10. I mean, I guess I don't know. Okay, not at fault at all on the goal. What? He could have caught that or something, man.
No, because it was Youngworth lost his mark, and then it was headed across, and he got a finger on it, and then it was a wide open net.
I think he could have done a little bit more. Okay, did not look as sharp as we know he can be in the first half, but it was not a bad performance. He looked to settle in the second half and seemed to deal with a few chances with ease. The distribution looked solid for most of this game. Got lucky near the end of the game not to concede. I mean, just reverting back to what we mentioned earlier, he's got to be a little more careful with distribution. I agree that for most of the game it was good. You know, he looked calm on the ball. Sometimes a little too lackadaisical. But
yeah, if they have a fast forward, there's a couple times we could have had a repeat of Dallas, but then they're actually going to score.
Yeah, but more or less, I agree. Okay. Marie, 6.8 out of 10. All right. So some poor passes in our half and struggled to get out of the back. Looked better in DC United's final third and created some good opportunities for the Quake. I kind of disagree with that. I think the rating's correct, but I think your justification is wrong.
I think when I was watching on TV, it was like, I swear every time I went to the left side, it was a turnover. And like, that could have been partly because of Fiero not checking or maybe a midfielder not checking, but like, I feel like anytime it was in our final third or our half, like it was a turnover from him. But I felt like once he was like actually attacking, he had some really good chances. He almost scored a goal. He should have scored the goal or the shot he had, but he had some good chances up and helped us there.
I'll tell you what, I disagree. I think he just looked bad on defense. He got exposed a few times. I thought actually his distribution from the back looked okay. I didn't think that was his problem. I
thought everyone overall was passing bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I think my concern with him still at left back is just his marking and defense, right? Okay.
Yeah, I also that's another thing I forgot to mention earlier. Just like I think that was literally we were killing ourselves all game. Like I don't think DC really did anything. It was just us sloppy turnovers.
Yeah.
Like, but it was also a good thing because like I feel like that really showed our creativity and it like we got to see more like movement off the ball and like movement from the midfielders working together, trying to pass and move. And like at times I felt like we were too comfortable with it, and then DC would spring and then they would win. But thankfully, Remedi and Ewell were pretty good at winning back the ball.
Yeah. All right. So now we come to the two center backs. And I have a couple of comments about DC's players that really go hand in hand with this. So you gave Beeson a 7.4 out of 10. You could tell this was his first minutes of the season as he was, or you could not tell, sorry, that this was his first minutes of the season as he was right at game pace, and you could see the hard work that was put into the offseason fitness, finished top 5 in team fitness test. Overall solid, and you could feel his presence. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought he was pretty good. He was definitely the better center back of the pairing.
Without that, yeah.
Without a doubt.
So him
A
and
couple times he got dragged out into the midfield. They had a couple quick guys that were looking to play combinations. And, it's tough when you get pulled out of position. And he was a little like top heavy, not as quick on the turn, but I thought he was
Youngworth. He was Usain Bolt.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. All right, I'll mention this when we get to Youngworth, bro. But yeah, Beeson I thought looked good. I would be comfortable with him playing again.
Any cross that came in, I felt like he was on the end of it.
Yeah. I thought
it felt like a genuinely really good center back.
His positioning was good. He had a couple really good clearances because I'll tell you what, dude, their right side, they put in so many balls, so many crosses, and
I feel like he shut everything down.
Yeah, I thought he looked good. Okay, so then we come to Youngworth. 6.9 out of 10. All right. Looked slow and a bit behind the pace and lost his mark on the corner that directly led to DC United's goal. Huge goal line clearance to keep the game in our favor, which immediately led to a counter to give us the goal. So yeah, the thing I'll say about Youngworth is I texted Saz after he got burnt. I said, dude, well, okay, let me backtrack. Saz always tells me he can take any of the Quakes players in a race, which is completely.
No. I don't think I can take any of the players. I think I can take like 80% of them. Okay. I think Cal is a little bit faster than me. I like Salinas, maybe. I could definitely take anyone in the back line.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Would be close.
You get the idea. If Saz thinks he's fast.
No. I'm fast, and I know I'm faster than most of the players.
Okay, anyways, I always give him a hard time saying, no way, you would get toasted. These are professional athletes. Well, the one exception is Youngworth, I swear. I texted him after this. I said, Saz, Youngworth is even slower in person. You could definitely beat him in a race. And for me to own up to that and say that to Saz must have had him.
For him to give me any credit on anything.
Yeah, he must have been
thank you. About time.
I know. It was crazy.
At first I thought it said Cal, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then it said
no, but seriously, Youngworth is a liability on the counter attack when somebody's going at him.
I was flipping out though during the. I will say when the goal line clearance went and he was screaming, I'm like, that's a player I love to have on my team. Energy, passion, all these things. And then after the goal line
every time we talk about Youngworth,
after the goal line clearance, I sent Jacob just the goat emoji, nothing else, just the goat emoji, and he refused to respond to me the rest of the night.
Yeah.
We were texting back and forth, and he was really good about the responses. And as soon as I sent the goat thing, I got no more responses the rest of the night.
Yeah, I can't stand it when he talks about Youngworth like that. But just a quick side note, dude, their striker number 50, he was giving our players some problems. He was unlucky not to score a couple times. I thought he looked really good, that striker. Mm-hmm. He was solid. But anyways, it's not really a topic. All right, so then Thompson over at 6.6 out of 10. Struggled to connect with his teammates offensively and lack of defensive positioning was abused. It also seemed like he went to man mark a United player after a while, but it was not super strict, so there was a question on his positioning tonight. Yeah, I think it's pretty similar to Marie, honestly. The same fundamental issues of defense. Mm-hmm. I think that going forward, this game wasn't his best game. I think he looked better in the previous game.
So what I like I've said it before, Tommy's my favorite player to watch on the team. What I like about Tommy, and I'm willing to give up because his defensive positioning gets really exposed, and his 1v1 defending infinitely better than it has been the previous season, but the positioning is still a little poor. Mm-hmm. Is as soon as you get that counter, if you send him down the wing, he's winning most 1v1s, and he's winning a lot of 2v1s as well. And even then, he draws attention. His passing is great. His movement. But this game, it seemed like they just didn't even want to pass to him. There were a couple times to get the ball, but I saw him making runs. No one was even they weren't even looking at him or pretending to play him. There were times he was open on the wing and they would just cut in. It was just I feel like he was never getting the ball.
Yeah. It just seemed like
it wasn't his game. It just wasn't his game.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, got to win. So, all right. Ewell 7.6 out of 10. I'm surprised you didn't give him higher. All right, absolutely bossed the game from the start and scored an absolute worldie before the first half ended. The pairing with Remedy allows him to be free more, and they are learning how to play together, and it is a dangerous combo. Lovely run to get a second of the night. Yeah, I think he played well. There's not too much else to say.
It would have been a higher rating, but I feel like the midfield was just turnover after turnover after turnover.
Yeah. He looked more involved for sure today, and I think that's what we were looking from him. When we spoke about this last week, he definitely was involved more, and some turnovers, yes. The one thing I'll say, and this is for all of our midfield, it seemed like a couple times we got exposed defensively through the middle when they just were able to dribble through us. Not sure what happened there, but I mean, you can't expect us to be perfect. We'll just have to work out some kinks here and there. But
I know I say it every week, like, oh, this is the Ewell we want from the national team, or we got glimpses of the Ewell from the national team. But like, this was the Ewell from the national team where it's just like there's confidence and like sometimes you see, especially with midfield players, there's just a different pace they're running at, where like sometimes it's a little bit slower, but it's faster, but they're setting the pace and they're really controlling the game. And I saw that off the bat from him, and he was really running around and winning balls and just like really distributing and really controlling everything. It seemed like.
yeah. Okay. Remedy now, 7.4 out of 10. Great presence defensively, once again, has become very comfortable with his midfield pairing of Ewell. Had a good ability to share responsibilities with him in a way that both of them could shine. Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head with that, honestly. I mean,
Glad you're coming around. I'm glad you're finally coming around to
yeah.
understanding.
I mean, if this was the first week, you would have given him a 9. So, like, at least you.
I think I really like the point where I said about both of them shining, because a lot of times it's like, oh, he has to it's finding a way to get everyone to collaborate together and help each other instead of being like, okay, you get these 15 minutes, then Remedy shine for 15. It felt like they were really shining together in every moment and they made each other better. And then hallelujah, he never went to center back. Not a single time did he go as a third center back that game. Played in the midfield the entire game. It was great to see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with him coming back a couple times for the ball just to help us move it a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. But
the last few weeks, sometimes you're like, what the heck, man? Like,
yeah.
Okay, moving on. We got Fierro, 7.2 out of 10. Really,
I really liked it. I actually really liked Fierro this game. Yeah.
I didn't notice him. All right, just a solid performance offensively, nothing too good and nothing too bad, but yet again put in a shift for us defensively and fought for the badge. I don't know. I mean, I still just like, what did he do? Like, I don't.
Again, like if he's not hurting us, it's a great performance for him.
I don't know. Him and Marie down that left side got exposed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, he did okay. Maybe a little high.
That's all I ask. That's all I asked from him, not to hurt.
Yeah, maybe we're just happy he didn't choke. Okay. Trophies, 7.3 out of 10. Absolute marksman on the shot and scored an absolute beauty 1 minute to the game. Want to see him on the ball even more throughout the game, as it always seems to lead to a dangerous attack. So, yeah, 2 things I'll say about this. The first goal, we mentioned this at the beginning. It really set the tone and the pace of the game. That first goal was critical. It really brought some energy. And I think if we didn't score that goal, it could have been much different. Second thing, I actually thought he was on the ball a decent amount. It seemed like he was, distributing everything. I actually thought he was pretty solid this game. A couple times a little weak on the ball, gave the ball away a little too carelessly, but I guess you're going to get that with an attacking player. So I thought he played well.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Yeah, it was, I mean, we're both big fans of him, so.
Yeah, I thought he was okay.
I wish I could see
he looked better than last game. Last game, he wasn't involved as much.
Yeah, I wish I could see him more in the final third because I think he's got one of the best shots on the team.
Yeah, we'll have to see more about that. Okay, Espinosa, great look and find to send Cowell one-on-one to get the assist for the second. The amazing counter at the end of the first half. And did great to get around the keeper and was unlucky to have it saved off the goal line by a defender. Did not see him as much as usual, which I believe helped the team as we did not have to rely on him to be our only offensive outlet. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think this was his best game.
Mm-hmm. What rating?
Obviously, if he put away that chance, we would have said, "Oh, he had a good game." But
yeah.
What
was the rating?
Overall, he's had better games. You're right, and the fact that he doesn't have to carry the team as much anymore, which is nice. Like sometimes we're watching these games and we think Espinoza, if we didn't have him, we'd be screwed. But it feels like we have a little bit more options now, and we look threatening. So, I mean, lightens the load on him, right?
Yeah, biggest thing. Like if every single ball is going to one player, all they have to do is man mark him. But if we're able to spread the wealth, it helps. So him not shining as much actually helps us. And then what did I say the rating was for that?
You said 7.2.
Okay.
Yeah. One quick thing. He actually played a little bit of defense too, and that was appreciated.
I mean, he always puts in a shift.
Yeah, he was just a good player, like a better version of Fierro, honestly. Okay. Now we move on to Cal. 8 out of 10. Great passing great pass and carry on the counter to get an assist 1 minute into the game. Looks strong and was easily able to take on multiple defenders, but I would like him to make up his mind before he has the ball and not after he has dribbled everyone. Incredible use of pace and a great run to get one-on-one with the keeper, and he had ice in his veins to stay calm, look up, and have a clinical finish in the bottom corner. A real presence when on the ball. Beautiful ball to get a assist of the night to Yule and the Quakes' fourth goal. Yeah, I mean, the two goals. I mean, the goal and the two assists. Sorry, he really had that production that made a critical difference. You know, sometimes you think, oh, wasting chances, but no, he had a definite impact on the game, and we needed that. He's starting to get some more attention, and it's tough playing out top, like we've talked about before. And he looked good. He had a good game. So
yeah, I want to make a point about what I said about him making his mind up before. Obviously, sometimes you're gonna have to dribble someone and then you pick your head up to see what's there and then you do the move. But sometimes with him, he'll be picking the ball up at the halfway line, and his first instinct is to churn and dribble, which I love. I love let's attack, but it's just let's dribble past three people. Oh shoot, I've run out of room. What do I do? Sometimes I
yeah.
want to be like, there's runners over there, so if I dribble here, open space for him. Okay, now I attack this space. So sometimes I want him to.
Yeah, I totally agree. The one thing I'll say is that if he was out wide, there'd be more space for that. But in the middle, if he's playing striker, there's going to be many more defenders in that area, and he's going to get picked off if he does that. You know, like
You're gonna kill me when I say it, but much like Henri, he I noticed he was drifting left a lot. Like I feel like a
yeah, he
lot.
was definitely on the left side
Yeah,
more.
like, other than the one goal from Espinoza, but he made the run in.
Yeah.
He was drifting left so he could cut in on his right. I noticed.
I don't think that was the reason. I'll tell you what the reason was, and I think it was pretty clear. I think he was told by Almeida to stick on that one center back that was super slow.
Yeah,
I really think that's what it was, because every time he got the ball, it seemed like that was the defender on him. Even for when he was finally on the right side, that defender was there. I think he was just kind of attacking that one slower defender. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah.
All right, so we move on to the subs. You didn't leave any ratings, but we can just talk about these.
Yeah, they only played for like 15 minutes at most.
Abakasis looked solid as soon as he came in and felt like the right side was secure once he was on both offense and defense. Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was just a good defensive presence for us. He does look like he's pretty calm on the ball too.
I felt like we had a right back once he was in. Like again, I love Tommy, but like I love him in the final third.
Yeah.
Like halfway line and back, it's like I trust him one on one, but it's like what's happening here when Abika's there? Just like the positioning, the presence, everything. It feels like oh okay, our right backs here, we're good.
Yeah, different styles. I think that it's going to be interesting when we play a top offensive team like LA or Seattle in a couple weeks and see what Almeida goes for. Because if we're going to be playing defense the whole game or most of it, I mean, who knows what Almeida is going to opt for? Is he going to opt for the defense of Abacasis or trying to give us an outlet or more creativity with Thompson? Who knows? We'll have to see. Okay, then we move on Judson, brought energy in his few minutes. It helped play defense, which freed Ewell to get forward, which led to the fourth goal. Yeah, Judson, you just look good. I mean, what do you think is going to be the future of him in this squad? Because obviously Remedy is.
I think Remedy offers more all around. But there was it was this game. I really liked Remedy and Judson pairing and putting Ewell to that attacking mid position. So there might be some games where we just might need to shore up the back a little bit more, and that will free Yule to go up. And it kind of sucks for Trophies because he's been doing well, and Rios, I guess, who played striker a bit this game, and I was not happy with that, but it was fine.
He looked
I thought
okay.
he did well. He did well. He did well. I like him more the attacking mid spot though. Yeah, I think he's been moved to the bench, which is so funny because he was our player of the year last year. Like,
Yeah, it's tough, but we'll have to see how the season develops. You never know with injuries and stuff.
yep.
Okay, then Lopez still gained his footing, but was solid in his few minutes. Yeah, I just thought he looked good. Definitely was a left back compared to
Marie, yeah.
Marie.
Yeah, like him and Abicas, like the ball didn't go down that left side much, so I had even less notes on him, but it was just like
Yeah,
solid, good. Nothing bad, nothing good.
I think that Lopez has to be the starting left back going forward.
Yeah.
I don't think Marie is what we need. Although he played all right, I think that
This is gonna get funny later.
did you put Marie in at left back?
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Okay,
I
Rios.
actually have Fierro at left back and Youngworth at striker.
I would kill you. Okay, Rios is fantastic. Exactly what you want from a sub. Rios has really become a staple for the Quakes, and it is as a super sub. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's a super sub, but yeah, no, he played well. I do like his composure on the ball. He has the ability to hold up play, and I think that's a big thing for us because he allows us to hold possession in their final third, or our final third, sorry, and really settle us down. He gives us an outlet. So
Yeah, I called him a super sub because him and Fierro will forever be the Wonder Twins in my book. So
yeah. Okay, then we move on to Salinas. Did not get to see much of him in his few minutes. Yeah, I don't even remember him.
I didn't see him. He literally
I watched him warm up. He warmed up right in front of me, but
there was like 3 minutes of him on the field and then he just like disappeared.
Yeah, you know what though? You're gonna laugh about this. Who I saw warming up, he was in the squad, was Benji.
Oh, he made it on the bench today. Yeah.
Because Wanda wasn't there.
Yeah. That's good. That's good to see.
I was hoping he was going to come on for Cowell towards the end, but I mean,
yeah. Did you go under, because they have the new tradition? I don't know if you've been seeing on Instagram where like they throw jerseys to the like fans after the game.
No, we dipped fast. We tried to get home. It was a late game, dude.
It started like 8. Yeah.
No, we got home at like 11.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think we played well, and hopefully we can shore up some of our defense. I think we're still getting a little bit lucky defensively. If there's a team that's gonna, capitalize on their chances, we might struggle, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we move on to Salt Lake next week, and it's an away game, I believe.
Yeah.
And the MLS as a whole is never really too great at away games, especially this year. And Quakes are 2-1, 2 home wins, 1 away loss. I don't think Real's the best team in the world, but I don't think they're bad. I don't honestly. I have watched nothing on them.
Yeah, I don't even know they exist.
But I think points would be huge this week. Just even like a single point, a win, humongous for us.
Yeah,
especially put the rhythm to go into Seattle because I think that's the big dog we got to worry about. And then after that, I think we're like Portland coming up soon after. So
yeah, we've got a series of big games.
I think this is a game we have to take very serious as a momentum game because I think this could really deter us in the coming weeks. But I think it could also project us. I don't want to win by too much, to be honest, because I don't want to be cocky going into Seattle. Mm-hmm. But we're a team that, like, when we're feeling cocky, actually, we don't really get cocky. When we feel really good, it's scary. And we saw it in the MLS's back tournament.
Yeah, I think you're correct in that this is a crucial game for us, even though it's not the headline per se of Seattle and Quakes.
It'd have to be a good tie. Like if it's a tie. Like we need to play well above all else.
Yeah, I think we need some points because looking ahead to the next couple weeks, it's gonna be rough. So yeah, I think we get some points and keep our momentum and go into Seattle feeling good, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with that, we can share our lineups.
Yeah, you both had.
I believe this is yours.
Yeah.
Same one you had previously. 4-2-3-1. You got JT in goal, Lopez at the back left, Alanisa and Youngworth. Would you like to change that to Beeson now?
I don't know. It depends on how Alanis is an injury, right? I didn't even realize he was hurt until
I think it was a precautionary knee thing.
yeah, so he wasn't even in the squad. I'm not sure how Almeida wants to play with the two center backs because obviously Alanis and Beeson are both left-footed, right? I
Yeah.
don't think that should be the stopper for not having Beeson and Alanis. I would love to see that at some point because I don't like Youngworth as much as Beeson, as I've made
I
clear.
love Youngworth, dog. When he fist pumped the air, I'm like, that's my center
I
back.
know, but you keep saying that every time. I don't care. He makes too many mistakes. Okay, and then Thompson in at right back. I think that Salt Lake is still a good matchup for him. We'll have to see against Seattle what Almeida opts for. I'm not really sure who I'd want, him or Lucio, but we'll have to see. And then Yule and Remedy, I think that's
Yeah.
pretty self-explanatory. They had good games. And then trophies, I don't think we don't have really a better number 10 in the squad. So
Rios. Andy Rios.
I mean Rios coming on late game.
No. Trophies is there. Rios is good for 20, 30 minutes. Like, again, he
And then
found it.
Espinoza, staple. Fierro, unfortunately, doesn't have much of a challenge. Uh, and then Cowell up top. Yeah, Cowell can't pull him out right now. So
Yeah, man's hot. Yeah, don't stop him.
yeah, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. I didn't make changes.
Mhm.
We'll have to see how the squad develops with injuries and stuff. Hopefully, Alanis is back.
Oh, you're gonna love my roster. I hope you're ready for this.
Don't do anything stupid, man.
Because we're on Zoom, I might accidentally be sharing yours again. I don't even see the screen that's being shared right now.
Yeah, it hasn't come in for me yet.
There we go. Wait,
No.
this is what we're just.
Mine, that's mine. Unless you have the same lineup as me.
No. Okay, there it is. Yeah, technical difficulties. Sorry, folks. All right. In goal, I'm also playing a 4-2-3-1. I got JT easy. And now this is where the shock. I have Marie as the left back. And I'll explain why in a minute. I have Youngworth and Beeson as the two center backs. I have the same starting lineup that we played for the last game.
Yeah.
I have Youngworth and Beeson as the center backs. Thompson is the right back. Ramadi and Yule is the defensive mids. Fiero out left. Espinosa out wide right. Trophies is the whole or attacking mid, and then Cal up top. So I agree that Lopez is our best option, and that Alanis is still our best center back, and that Abicasas is more solid at right back than Thompson as far as right back responsibilities defensively. However, I see Seattle coming ahead, and I see Alanis coming back from a knee injury, Lopez knee or leg, or I think his is thigh, and then Abicasas also coming back from something. So I want to give the starting lineup that played really well, let them get a run in, get Beeson some more minutes, let everyone get some more minutes, and then all those guys that I think should be starting for Seattle, who are a little more defensive minded, bring them on as subs in like the 60th minute, depending on the scoreline, but give them a small run so they get a small run through the week so their legs are ready, but you don't overdo them so that they're healthy and good to go for Seattle. So I'm thinking 2 weeks ahead, and that's where I'm glad we made all these off-season additions so that we could have that squad rotation because these guys aren't doing terrible, but I do think this isn't our strongest lineup. But I don't think Seattle's our strongest opponent, and I think Seattle will be one of our stronger opponents. So that's why I went with this lineup.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty reasonable. I don't disagree with you on any of that.
Yeah, and like they weren't terrible. I'd rather have Lopez, Abicasas, and Alanis. Oh, and then I would for Seattle, like a spoiler for next week. I think Alanis and Beeson are the pairing.
I hope so. I really hope so.
I love Youngworth, but I think the games where they have
No
pacey
reliability.
strikers. I think pacey striker games it needs to be Beeson and Alanis.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean that was like we said, Salt Lake. We don't think it's gonna be strong. Just get a point from it. Like if we get 3 points, huge. But it needs to be solid play, and I don't think we can get a loss, especially a bad one. Like I think we have some good momentum going, and we need to keep it going.
Yeah, I hope we still get some goals. I think that, I mean, that's what really drives the confidence levels in the team is if you start producing goals. And the defense, it's been a little shaky. If we can shore that up a little bit, I think we've got good potential this season.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our fan questions. Again, just
Multiple fan
so many to choose from. It was so hard. That's why the episode's actually a little late because we had to search the internet
so difficult.
for the best ones. And our first one of the week, it comes from YouTube this week, not Instagram. It was about a week ago. Sorry, I missed you last week. Got you this week. Fabian Renkel. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Love the episode, guys. It's nice to see more Quakes podcasts pop up. My question for you both is: what is your first San Jose Earthquakes experience, and what brings you to the team? So that's two questions, dog. So we're gonna skip you. I'm just kidding.
You want to go first on this one?
I'll answer the first one first, and then we'll switch. My first experience that I remember, I was about 6, 7, 8, no, maybe even younger. We'll say 6. And I remember LA Galaxy versus Quakes going on the train. My parents taking me. It might have been like one of the 4th of July games. I think Galaxy might have won 3-2. I just remember because David Beckham was playing, and like I remember rooting for the Earthquakes because I just thought Earthquakes was like a cool name. I just remember that. That was like my very, very first experience with the team. I barely remember the game. I just remember thinking so cool. Oh, David Beckham's here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't have a crystal clear first memory. The one thing I will say is that I do remember going to Stanford and watching some of their games against Galaxy when they
Oh, those
couldn't
games are awesome, dog.
when they couldn't fit everyone in at the Santa Clara Stadium, you know.
Mhm.
So then they went over to Stanford, and I remember those games. Those were so much fun. So
Yeah, I
and
miss
those
the fireworks show after.
and Lenhart,
Tailgate in before. Oh, it's
yeah,
so good.
yeah, I love those. I mean, both of us we've been obviously growing up here most of our lives, and it's nice to have a team that's fairly close to us. You know, both of us are about what like half an hour away, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
As far as what brings us to the team, we're both masochists and we enjoy pain, so we figured the earthquakes would suit us best.
Yeah,
No, I mean it's our we're both diehard soccer fans. Like we talk about when we were at school, always having the Champions League and European games on while we're in class on our phones, like wearing jerseys. Talk about that's all we ever talk about, really. And it's so it being our local team, I think that's just what really brought us to it. I
yeah,
really recently fell in love with them this last year or so uh, when it was a Via, and just like again, like I hate being behind the like goals, but for some reason at PayPal Park it is awesome, and just seeing like I fell in love with Vaco, he was awesome, but seeing Tommy Thompson run down the wing like just that running gun style is my favorite to watch, and just getting to see it in person is so different. It was just so awesome, and then meeting with my friends, and they were tickets were cheaper then, so that's what really brought me to the team recently.
yeah, and for me, I pretty much have the same experience with that. But as far as kind of my trajectory with the team, recently I've been much more of a fan than prior. I've invested a lot more time recently, and Saz has too. I mean, given that we have a podcast and all this, you know, like obviously we're pretty invested. But you know, like Saz said, when they built a new stadium and they had a proper home, and it was fun to go to with all the food trucks, and it was a great new like shock. I don't know.
If you haven't been there, the most fun stadium in all of sports. Like
I really enjoy it. You
it's
know,
not like huge, and it's just like there's nothing like it's right by an airport, so there's planes going all the time. But just like the atmosphere is so much fun. Like Jacob likes to sit in the seats. I like to stand. Like and usually I like to sit and watch. But like no matter where you are, it's a pretty good view.
yeah,
And then the bar is awesome to be around. And then the food truck area, there's a giant grass area for you just to hang out with. And sometimes they have games there and like the theme nights. Like, cause
yeah,
like every other weekend, I swear there's a theme night. Like it's just awesome to be around. So
yeah, and it's you know it's something I want to keep going to. It's just one of those things where you really enjoy watching them in person. The games in person, and you could say it's obviously for most sports, but especially for the Quakes, going in person so much better than watching it.
Oh, I know. It's like pulling teeth sometimes on the TV,
Yeah,
but in person, you're like, the
100%.
atmosphere and everything is fun. The giant drum, everyone chanting.
Crazy George.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll throw it up. I got a photo of Crazy George. We were taking a group photo one time, and then one of my friends just goes, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "We haven't taken the photo yet," so I'm like, "What?" And I turn around and Crazy George is like right next to me, posing in our photo, just photobombing.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that and throw it up. All right. Our next question, y'all already know who it is.
The
You
GOAT.
know the name, you know it had to come. The GOAT, the best, James Dollar. Dollar_bills 17.
17. Let's go.
Was this game a fluke or are we for real? That's a great question. Not only is he the best fan, these are solid questions.
Yeah, he's a good question.
This is genuinely a good question, though. No, I don't think it's a fluke. I think this is what and I think this is why we get so frustrated when we lose or we aren't scoring a ton of goals. It's because we've seen it for the past 2 or 3 seasons. This is how we like to play: counterattack, explosive, tons of goals, wild, buck wild and crazy, boy. Like that is what we have to offer. So I don't think it was a fluke. I don't think this is going to happen every game, especially the score lines. It's about being more consistent with it, and we actually look better than we have in previous seasons because we actually have a midfield to build through, it looks like. But as far as like the result, no, I don't think it was a fluke. I think we're for real.
Yeah, I'll say this. I agree that we look way better than previous seasons. I'm definitely going to be a little bit more reserved than Saz is about this.
Champs, baby. We the top of the West, baby.
When I watch them and we watch all their games, there are so many critical moments where it could have been much more of
and a lot of elementary mistakes.
Yeah, and it could have been devastating for us. And if those couple moments didn't bounce the right way for us, we could have looking at completely different score lines. Granted, we did pretty much dominate a lot of this previous game, and that was good to see. A couple of the other games, I think we'll have to see how it goes, but
I don't think the ability or the scoreline was a fluke. But when you say, are we for real? I don't think like we're going to be doing this every game against every team. I think it's in our locker and it's just being able to like consistently get it out. And I don't think it'll be that good every time, but going to our strengths and like it was our day that day. So just getting
I completely agree. That I'll also add like not to talk about like a complete difference maker and pin it onto one person, but
I agree. Youngworth really did spark us, and
I don't know, but Remedy, dude, he's made a huge impact for us. I think.
oh, for real.
Like,
I don't think Judson was hurting us, but like this is helping because we really missed Erickson. Like I know you weren't too big on him, but
I
like say what you will, like Erickson did help us carry the ball a little bit more, and like even though he turned over the ball a lot, it did get us forward a little bit more, and I think Remedy is helping with that a lot.
yeah, we look fresh. We look fresh. I like it. I
It's
mean,
also game 2.
yeah. We held possession last year, but it didn't seem like we were threatening. I think that we have chances that we're creating, and it seems like we've got a solid squad. You know, we look at this depth that we have at the back with Beeson and Marie. We have options, and I think we've got potential to go into the playoffs and hopefully win a game or so. I don't know how we're gonna do. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully,
I don't think we're gonna win it all this year. I
no.
know we're gonna win it all this year.
I mean,
Easy.
I'm optimistic as you are, but I would love to see us get past the first round of the playoffs. I thought we could have won against Kansas City, dude. It was so unfortunate, but
Yeah, in MLS anything can happen. But yeah, final thoughts. Just I really want a strong performance next week, preparing for Seattle, but not thinking so much ahead that we forget about this week and just let it slip by. I want a good performance again, showing our strengths. I want players to be healthy and rested for Seattle.
yeah, I agree. Hopefully, we can go into Salt Lake and get a point or three. I mean, we need to keep the ball rolling, like you said. I think that's most important. I don't want us to come out and just like have a hangover from this game. I want us to really come out strong.
So